What's up, Dark Horses, and welcome to another video. In this week, we are going to be talking about how to get your body prepped and ready for a workout. What do we call that? Pre-workout. How do we activate, stretch, mobilize, basically get your body ready so that when you approach a workout, it's ready to move. You're not just going from cold to intensity. So let's get into it. Let's figure out the best things that we can do for your body to make sure that it is working at maximum performance. I get a lot of questions in the comments on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. What are the best things that I can do for my body to make sure that it's prepped and ready to go for a workout? And that's exactly what we're gonna tackle today. Stretching, activation, and mobilization. The three most critical components to making sure that your body is primed and ready to go for the movements that you may see in your workout that day. So let's tackle that. So some of the tools that I keep in my garage that you can as well, they're not necessary, but sometimes they're useful to have around. I'm not gonna use them all today, but I just want you to know some of the things that I use pretty frequently. One would be a lacrosse ball. Two would be a band. I would encourage you to have a variety of resistances. I believe I picked up a pack of thin all the way up to thick for maybe 30 bucks on Amazon. A standard yoga mat is always good, as well as a foam roller. All four of these things are really versatile, useful tools to have around. Again, I'm not going to use them all today, but they are great for all three of the purposes, which are stretching, mobilizing, and activating. Now, I'm going to go ahead and link to those in the comments below. I'm just going to find the least expensive options I can for you. In case you want to pick them up, go check them out. I'll have the links down there. What's the value of this, you might be asking? Why do I need to be spending 10 to 20 minutes on this when I can just go get my workout in, or I don't have a lot of time, I just need to work out? Well, let's just run through the quick value of it. The body needs to be spending time in positions that are different from what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Think about this. How much time do you spend in your everyday life in a seated position? If we were to consolidate all of that time, it's probably quite a bit. You sit to eat, you sit to work, you sit to drive, you sit on the couch when you're watching TV or at your computer. All of these times we spend sitting. That means that the body gets locked into this seated position, meaning this hip and knee are at 90 degrees, and we just our body starts to bind itself down into that position. So what we want to do, and the reason that we spend this time mobilizing and activating, is to put ourselves in positions that are different from what we are achieving in everyday life, because our joints and our body are so complex. They have all of this range of motion that needs to be exercised, used, and practiced. It can't just be forgotten because we've organized our lives to the seated position. And so all of this activity, so much of it, comes down to the fact that we need to be spending time with our bodies, getting into different positions that are different from what we're seeing in our everyday life. And by doing that, you're going to start to reinvigorate and bring some life back to your tissues. And by doing that, you're going to see less injuries, more energy, and you're just going to feel better. Aches and pains are going to start to fall away because you're going to be way more comfortable and not always living here getting frozen. You're going to start to be able to explore this incredible range of motion that your body is meant to do and that our joints and everything are supposed to be able to handle. Let's start by moving from least active to most active. That way we can start with a little parasympathetic response, that calming, relaxed state, and then move into the more active, the sympathetic response, priming the system or priming the pump so that your body gets ready to move. So we're gonna start with a very simple stretch. This is called the seated forward fold. We're gonna do this for 2 minutes. The focus that I want you to give to this is that every time you exhale, you are going to be diving deeper into the stretch, allowing the body to relax a little bit more. It may not feel like you relax a whole bunch. The whole point is that you are just starting somewhere. So join me for 2 minutes. So next, we're gonna do another 2-minute sequence, but this time it's going to be single leg. We're going to do a passive forward lunge. I would suggest that you find something to hold on to that gives you some stability. I've got a sledgehammer here, whatever works, a couch, a Bosu ball, a tree trunk, whatever you've got, go ahead and do that. But you're simply going to establish yourself into a lunge and then slowly and passively fall deeper and deeper into that lunge. The point being to stretch your back leg, all right? So this will be 2 minutes per leg. All right, this is one of my personal favorites. This is the pigeon stretch, in which you're basically going to do a figure 4 with your front leg in front of you. Rear leg is going to be straight back, and you're just going to relax. This is going to tap into the glutes, lower back, hamstrings. Again, find the position that is most comfortable. There's no correct position here. If it hurts, you shouldn't be doing it, so try to find a position that's okay with it. This will be another 2 minutes per side. So next we're going to start to build up a little bit off the ground. Next is going to be a weighted ankle. I'm going to call this a mobilization. It's a bit of a stretch as well, but I need some kind of load that I'm going to place on top of my knee to help stretch through my Achilles and my calf. And we're going to run about a minute. It's not going to be exact. I'm just going to go until I feel like I've achieved enough out of the mobilization. So you're going to grab your weight. You're going to settle into this like kind of lunged, seated on your leg position. Take that weight, place it on top of your knee, and you're just going to let it start to stretch into that ankle. So next we're going to use what's called banded hip distraction. I'm a huge fan of this, especially for the purposes of mobilizing your hamstrings and posterior chain. You're going to need a band for this one, and you need a solid anchor, not something that's just kind of heavy and could move. You want it to be connected so that it doesn't come sliding towards you, and you'll see why in a second. All you're going to do is take this band, loop it around your anchor point, at about knee to hip height, and then you're going to step through. Then you're going to lean against the band, you're going to fold at the hip, and you are going to start with your hands on the ground, then extend and bring your nose to your knee. Then rebend, extend, nose to knee. You're going to do 15 of those per side. Next is what's called the perfect stretch, and you're going to figure out why as you do this. It really does hit a lot of different parts of the body. What's included is that you start with a big knee hug, then you're going to step out, you're going to take that right into a lunge. From the lunge, you're going to drop your elbow to the inside of your knee as deep as you can, keeping the back leg off the ground. Then you're going to rotate up to the sky, hands to the floor, straighten your front leg, and that's going to pull on that hamstring. Then you'll stand up and repeat. You're going to do 5 per leg. So next, we're gonna make sure that we're hitting that upper body as well, getting the upper body warm and ready for some kind of pulling, just as a general principle. Because we spend so much time with our shoulders in this anterior position or internally rotated, we wanna be spending as much time as possible retracting and learning how to pull so that that shoulder gets some counter work to most of the living that we do. Here, we wanna be able to get here. So we're gonna do some banded pulls. You're gonna take that same band and you're gonna find another anchored surface, preferably higher this time. I am using a beam in my rafters and I'm gonna tie it off. From here, I'm going to do 20 pulls by 2 sets. So I'm gonna do 20, rest, and then do 20 more. And this is going to be, I'm gonna step back so that I can get as horizontal as possible. I don't necessarily want it all to be down. I want to be getting some horizontal pull. So let's go ahead and do that. Next, remember that we are adding to the activation component, meaning getting the body ready. So that pull was my first moment of real blood flow where I'm starting to get things turned on. Next, I'm gonna step into jumping squats, 2 sets of 10. This is to start bringing some blood flow to the legs. And finally, I'm going to bring in a little bit of a strength push to get my upper body push, activated, blood flow, as well as add in a piece of mobility. So this is going to be a push-up into a cobra press. So every rep is going to be 2 reps actually. You're gonna do 10 of these. Push-up into a cobra press, which is that upward, basically that backward bend in your spine, if you will. 10 of these. So if you're walking through that with me, by now you should be breathing heavy, you should be feeling warm, blood flow should be in different areas, but you should also be feeling more limber and lean and like you're ready to move, and the body should just be stimulated and feeling good, and that's the whole point of this. I encourage you, do this with me, do this every day. Come back, follow me for the first 15 minutes before your workout. Your body will thank you. Do this for 2 weeks. I challenge you, 2 weeks, do this every day. You are going to feel like a new human being in 2 weeks. I promise you, just try it. 2 weeks every day. That's only 14 times. That's nothing. If you skip your workouts, that's fine. Just do this. All right? Now guys, thank you as always for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video on stretching, mobilizing, and activating your body, getting it ready to move. What we care about here at the Dark Horse family is that you are going to be living a happier, healthier life, and that you are taking charge of your own life. That is the thing that matters. Own what you've got to do. Guys, if you loved this video, make sure that you subscribe, and if you really loved it, like it just everywhere hit you here, hit that little bell next to the subscribe button because it means you're going to get alerted every time we come out with a new video. And as always, we will see you on the other side.